Nais mo'y maging payapa sa mundong puno ng digmaan. Buhayin sa sarili ang payapang paraan. Kung kaya mong isipin, kaya mong gawin, isa-isang hakbang lamang at ika'y makakarating. Tulad ng puno na galing sa binhi, ang mga dakilang gaway nagmumula sa guni-guni. The Philippines has been through many wars, but that is ancient history. As the old-timers are wont to say, today is peacetime. However, even during peacetime, there are many wars raging in the country today. Even the government tells it that way. There is the war against illegal drugs, the war against illiteracy, the war against diseases, the war against poverty, the war against illegal logging. Every administration says we are winning these wars. What do you think? There is yet another war that is declared time and again, the war against corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this one. In his novels Noli and Fili, our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, wrote about corruption. That just means that this problem is older than the oldest Filipino living today. After Spain, America came to conquer us. It may serve well to revisit history. Could it be that we learned corruption side by side with the learning of religion, the alphabet, as well as the ways of democracy and governance? Could it be that corruption was not in the lifestyle of the native? It has been hundreds of years past, and corruption is still well with us, as familiar as policemen and government employees who would do special favors for a fee. It's not just small change that's involved and not just the small fry who are engaged in corruption, but the big guys, the big corruptors are unmasked only when exposed through the media. And even when caught red-handed, the culprits get away with it, courtesy of corruption. Which leads many among us to say,
yung mga nanalo sa eleksyon, pare-pares lang ng mga korap yun eh.
Same dog, different colors.
Kasi mag-gastos sa eleksyon eh. Pag nanalo sila, mangungurakot sila kasi maraming pinagkakautangan sila. Bilang negosyante at Pilipino, nababahala ako sa tindi ng corruption sa ating lipunan.
That is why corruption is a vicious cycle. Where it ends, where it begins. Hirap nang hulihin eh.
1986. In a popular uprising that resounded across the seas, Filipinos kicked out a president who came to be listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as being one of the most corrupt leaders in the world. Problem is, those who came after him also got mixed up in corruption. Another one had to be kicked out, again on the very same issue. It is alleged that the present administration is likewise entangled in cases of corruption. Among other things, the president is hounded by the charge that she spent government money for her election bid and that she used her power as president to prop up her candidacy. Whether or not the charges are true, some international surveys conclude that the Philippines is among the most corrupt countries in the world. In one survey, in fact, we are ranked number 2. Corruption. The war against it must involve all of us. Male, female, third gender, young and old, people from Visayas, Luzon, Mindanao, regardless of religion and status in life. Question: how do we win this war? It all depends, first off, on how we understand corruption. In Philippine traditional politics, corruption is viewed as part and parcel of life and governance. The response of traditional politicians to charges of corruption is MR, PR. MR, media relations, PR, public relations. The number one rule of traditional politicians is this: If you're going to stick your hand in the cookie jar, don't get caught. Sadly, the common folk share the same fatalistic view, and that is, corruption is here to stay.
Ganyan talaga ang buhay, wala nang pag-asa, korap sa taas, korap sa baba.
Biruin nyo naman, yung mga papeles ko na yan, natabunan, yung pala nalagyan yung sekretary na yan.
Corruption erodes the fundamental values of the individual, the family, the community, and the society at large.
Masakit tanggapin pero ang corruption ay kalakaran na sa buhay Pilipino. Milyong-milyong salapi ang ninanakaw sa atin ng mga opisyalis ng ating bayan. Imbis na mapunta sa serbisyo publiko, sa kanila na lang ang bulsa mismo napupunta. Hindi man lang nakakatikim ang taong bayan. Tama ba yan? Sino matutuwa? Hindi ba dapat magalit sa ginagawa lang yan?
And then there are those who can do nothing but curse.
Mga na yan sila, mga kurakot.
Some say that corruption thrives due to a lack of laws or mechanisms, or simply that the laws are not being enforced.
Well, actually, corruption must be looked at from 3 levels: moral, political, and economic. Because there is a direct link between corruption and mass poverty, and corruption and the lack of social justice. As in the human body, corruption flows with the blood.
Precisely, because government is treated as one huge business for profit. Public power is used for private gain.
Dr. Lumbera, tell us about CenPEG.
CenPEG is an institution seeking to put in the hands of the marginalized in society genuine political power. Through programs in study and research, CenPEG instills awareness that it is the people, not the elite, who ought to be empowered to shape their government.
Transparency International, or TI, is based in Berlin, Germany. It is the leading international non-government organization devoted to fighting corruption.
It has some 99 independent national chapters all over the world, one of which is in the Philippines. TI Philippines brings together government, civil society, business, and other sectors in the fight for a Philippines that is free of corruption. To achieve this, in the short term, we have to heighten awareness on and indignation for graft and corruption, sustain participation or involvement of multi-stakeholders, form more integrity circles and islands of integrity, and inculcate ethical values.
TI Philippines and CenPEG have teamed up to launch a movement.
DAPAT TAPAT. That is the name of our movement. T stands for transparency, A for accountability, and P for people's participation in governance.
In other words, DAPAT TAPAT is our war against corruption.
Exactly. These are what DAPAT TAPAT believes in. Transformation starts by changing our understanding of corruption. Corruption has a social character, hence change must also be social. Get down to the roots of corruption. Change must start right now. Individuals, organizations, and communities must get involved in the war against corruption.
Dapat tapat sa katungkulan.
Dapat tapat sa kapakanan ng mga tao.
Dapat lang po talaga mga kababayan, tapat tayo sa ating profesyon, sa ating ginagawa.
Dapat tapat tayo sa Diyos ng katarungan at katotohanan at sa ating pagkatao.
Dapat tapat sa serbisyo publiko. Ano man ang profesyon o hanap buhay, dapat tapat.
Dapat tapat sa paglilingkod sa tao.
Together, let us win the war against corruption. Dapat tapat!